Toys that reimagine the 80s most popular brands, such as Transformers and Thundercats, is nothing new. Figures that capture what the cartoon characters actually looked like kind of feels new, though. Started with maybe NECA Toon Turtles. Here's a Super 7 Duke. But one figure kind of does something in between, and that's the Blitzway Inspector Gadget. We'll take a look at what makes this figure so unique and so almost picture or cartoon perfect next on Toy Gains.
Toy Gains! Yes! You and me, baby! Toy Gains! I can't take it anymore! It's Toy Gains!
Okay, so we all know the big cartoon franchises of the 80s was, of course, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, Thundercats, to a lesser degree Mask, and then we had fun stuff like Centurions and everything in between. But I'm telling you, there was a period in time when Inspector Gadget was more popular than all of them. And of course, the thing that was weird though, in '83 they did have a toy line, but I think in re-syndication, it's also fun to say when you were a kid to say, yeah. So that was funny. I think in re-syndication, it gained more popularity. So in '83, I don't think it peaked. I think it was behind things like G.I. Joe. But I think in re-syndication, it got very popular. There were even rap songs. Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick did a really fun song with the theme song. There was the Matthew Broderick movie that wasn't so great. But, you know, it was a live action film that came out before Transformers and, of course, before the G.I. Joe. Point is, Inspector Gadget was kind of a huge deal. And it was inspired by Get Smart, and the actor from Get Smart voiced the Inspector. It was fun, and Penny was the true hero. So, you know, the 80s, we always talk about, you know, feminism, and in the 80s, they tried to keep women down, and then when She-Ra became popular, they say it hurt He-Man. I don't remember it like that. I remember if something was cool, it was cool. Rainbow Bright was fun and cool. I didn't own the figures. Penny was fun and cool, and she was the hero of Inspector Gadget. So it was very, I don't know, ahead of its time, I guess. I guess. Fun cartoon. The toy line didn't do well. The toy line also revealed who Dr. Claw was. Never owned that figure. I didn't want it to be revealed that like that Claw was kind of someone you didn't know who he was, ambiguous. Dick made so much money off of Inspector Gadget, they went on to make Heathcliff. Enough of all that cartoon talk. Let's talk about this fantastic Blitzway figure. Blitzway has made statues. They actually made a high-end Inspector Gadget statue right now if you want to drop $1,500. They made that incredible Voltron piece that I talked about in a short that my friend let me borrow. They make a very fun Where's Waldo. When they make a toy, they make a toy. In many ways, this is the best pound for pound cartoon accurate toy you can buy. There's no reissues of it, which I like. It's not like they made it 15 times, one with this, one with that, one with this. Everything you need for Inspector Gadget is in one release. There's a catch. It was a pricey release. I paid $150 for him. Good thing is, if you're interested after this video, he's still hanging around that price point, used. Very pricey. I pre-ordered the day I saw this about 5 years ago, and I love this piece. Let's get into it with first impressions. Well, the first impression is this guy looks like he jumped right out of the cartoon. Blitzway really nailed the look. There's no cell shading going on. The cartoon really didn't have that. You know, sometimes cell shading looks cool, sometimes it doesn't. There's no animated toon lines like NECA does with the Turtles. But that doesn't stop it from looking like it jumped right out of the cartoon. You will be impressed by the real working magnifying glass. And no, I didn't try to harm any ants. The metal bits with the springs for like the spring shoes, the working roller skates. First impressions of everything and first impressions for this are really good. You'll even like the stand with all the holes in it. The arm, so you can put them in flying poses. Really nicely done. I don't have the box anymore, unfortunately. It was nothing special, but I wish I kept it. Fun piece right out of the box. You would not be disappointed if you pick up this figure today, just like I did about 5 years ago now. Let's get into articulation in the accessories, because the accessories are amazing, but also kind of daunting, and we'll get into that. So, how's he work? Well, there's a plug at the top of his head, and the plug for his cap or hat allows for different like arms, and of course you have one that is just closed to make the hat look normal. These arms are articulated. They do feel like they're gonna break, but they haven't. I've had this figure for 5 years. You can have different things plug in to the top of this. So this is the communicator hand. You know, he has the screwdriver hand, regular hands. He has a different set of eyes that pop into these face plugs. It's one of them creepy face plug things where it looks horrifying, nightmare fuel when it's unplugged. Little pointy hand. He has extender for his legs, and there's going to be some rub there, and I'll tell you what I mean by the rub of it. The flashlight, everything and anything you need for Inspector Gadget. Oh man, look at this. Oh, it fell. The propeller, I thought it spun. Am I losing my mind? Maybe that was another figure. No, it doesn't spin, but the propeller looks awesome. The umbrella can unplug and just have a regular like handle there, or you can like, you know, float down from the sky. As I mentioned, the working roller skates, you could put the springs on the skates, because the thing with Inspector Gadget, if you never watched it, sometimes all this kooky stuff would go wrong, and then Penny and what was the dog's name, Brain, would have to help him. And Blitzway also made like Quimbley, the boss, and Penny, but the problem is this: they didn't articulate. It was really strange. And Blitzway, I think since this Gadget figure has made Waldo, and that's it, and that amazing Voltron. I don't know. It's a weird company. If you know more about this company, what they're about, why they don't make more figures, let me know in the comments. Comes with his badge, the working magnifying glass, everything you need. I'll have a picture here so you can plainly see, you know, everything. This is the promo shot. The freaking handles, so when it's, you know, it's coming out of his hat, he can control the helicopter. It's amazing. Let's go over articulation, some of the quirky things that I don't like. So he could T-pose, arm rotation. It's a single joint with a lot of range, though. Little peg for the wrist. Hand pegs in. It rotates. Doesn't hinge. No hinge. No hinge at the foot. Single jointed as well. Doesn't swivel. It's on almost like a articulation, a McFarlane style peg in there. Okay, turns at the waist, forward and back, but nothing crazy. It's Inspector Gadget. You know, this guy, he's not a ninja. He's not Spider-Man. He could do the poses you need to make him look good. Let's see if we can get him a little dynamic, like he's gonna bust you up pose. You know, kind of. But the issue is this, and these plugs, see these falling out? They come out so you can attach like the springs, okay? And then the feet will easily plug into that. The problem is it feels a little too easy. And it's nice that you don't have to heat it up. And that's a working spring. That's a real spring. So that the quality is there, just the feet feel a little loose. Nothing crazy though, nothing where I'm like, damn, this is a piece of crap. Now the skates plug into the bottom of the feet. You know, as much as I love NECA, if NECA were to make this Inspector Gadget, they would re-release him 4 times to have all this. You see how they just released Earl? They released Earl a few months ago in December. Now they re-released them with just like a jacket and a hard hat. You know what I mean? Like, why didn't that come with Earl to begin with? Just like McCready from Thing. They released them with the blowtorch. They released them without the blowtorch. They released them with this, with that. Same thing with the turtles, with the jackets, with the trench coats, without the trench coats, with the removable heads. They released them again. This is the only Inspector Gadget figure you will ever need. He is brilliant. Let's move on to how he scales and final thoughts. Here he is next to 2 Toon figures, Ace Duck by Super 7 and NECA Leonardo. Here he is next to Marvel Legends movie Wolverine, so he's around 6 inches tall. He's at a good size, especially for those NECA turtles. That's why really you're going to get your mileage mixed in with the turtles and even maybe the Super 7. Here he is with a Super 7 Duke in the background. Here he is with a Kamen Rider. And here he is with a ranch seasoning shaker. Here he is with a little fat kid from Up. And here he is finally with a dickhead from Star Wars. Anyway, he's a brilliant figure. Highly recommend. Is pricey, but if you have to have an Inspector Gadget figure, if you love the cartoon like I did, and if you like saying the word geek, this is for you. As always, take care, have fun.
Woo! Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah!